Hello everyone and welcome back to the chassis variant series of myself, Critical Rocket, with the Cyclops. This is the 11A model of the Cyclops. This particular model is only a slight field refit using some lostech that was discovered in 3045, specifically replacing the autocannon 20 with a Gauss Rifle. This extended the range, effectively, of the Cyclops on the battlefield at the cost of some slight damage drop-off compared. But the heat profile was a lot better, and the ability to keep enemies at bay without having to get too close meant that things like the precious battle computer in the head and other important parts such as the pilot's knackers weren't going to get shot off at close range, as was the case with a lot of Cyclops pilots. Not the knackers shooting, just the fact that they used to get targeted by enemy pilots who used to always try and aim for the head. It's interesting how the fluff will say that pilots aim for the head, but in terms of the actual tabletop, aiming for the head was a difficult thing to do while the mech was in motion. Called shots when it was on the floor or any other specific functions, yes, you could aim for the head, but normally it was a lucky roll if you hit the head. But yeah, whatever, it's lore and fluff and rules not really combining there. Interesting side note though, about the Cyclops. I mean, outside of that, there isn't much else to say about the 11A from a sort of lore perspective. That was it. It was just one of several little designs that were popping up at the time. PGI for some reason added a DC variant of the 11A. I'm not sure why. It's not canonical. So there won't be a video of the DC. Much the same with the P, which is also another made-up version of the Cyclops. So basically this version is the standard setup with the two mediums, the SRM4, the LRM10, and now a Gauss Rifle instead. Obviously this means compared to the Q, which we had previously, it has far less armour. It has ammunition troubles from the offset, unless you want to do some modifications. The other interesting thing about the A variant in terms of MechWarrior Online's rule set is that it comes with far less flexibility in terms of hardpoint selection. It's actually quite equal across the board. I believe it is. I'm going to double check here on the old Smurfy website just to make sure. 333. So you've got 3 ballistics in your right torso, and you've got 3 energy, 1 in the left arm, 2 in the right, and then you've got missiles, which is 2 in the left torso and 1 in the centre torso. So the upshot of it is that it has quite a broad mix of its weapons all around the mech. Obviously the most important part to protect is your right side, in case your ballistics get blown off instantly. But this is, at least it keeps it open for a few different build ideas, and obviously this Cyclops variant could benefit greatly from a couple of Rack 5s with some backup energy weaponry and maybe a missile or 2, possibly a triple Rack 2s. I mean, I'm just pulling things out of thin air. I've not tried any of these builds, but I'm just thinking about this in conjunction with the new weapons that are out there nowadays and how they may possibly be used by comparison to the previous weapon selection that was available. So yeah, it's not bereft of options. I actually don't mind this version. I like the fact that the Gauss Rifle gives it some ability to keep at range, because one of the problems with the Cyclops, and I think the 90-ton range in general, is that it suffers as a weight class. It neither has the speed or weapon options available to it as the 80-95 tonners do, nor does it have the survivability and ability to bring more firepower as the 95 and 100 tonners do. I think the 90-ton set of mechs struggles in where it is as being truly effective when there are better options either side of it, depending on your playstyle. So I like the fact that the Gauss Rifle on this does give you the ability to give a pretty decent punch at range, and allows you to play the mech as a support assault rather than a frontline assault, as things like the Banshee would be, or the Atlas, that kind of thing. So I would recommend it. I would recommend the A variant, as I think it's quite a nice little option out there. Strangely enough, I haven't done a gameplay video of it, but the Sleipnir, if anyone could explain to me why they picked the Cyclops, which is Greek, but then they decided to name the hero mech after Odin's horse, which is Norse mythology. If anyone can explain that to me, that would be really useful. I mean, unless there was some kind of weird, you know, crossover. They did some kind of crossover event. It's a bit like the Hercules TV series. Is it like that? Maybe. Maybe that happened one day. I don't know about this. It was written about. It was in the Iliad at one point. And, you know, he just wrote it down. Oh yeah, by the way, this god who I don't know anything about yet because it doesn't exist yet. Yeah, his horse. Yeah, that was used by Cyclops. But yeah, that's a strange one, isn't it? However, the hero mech, the Sleipnir, if it ever goes on sale, that's worth picking up. Dual Gauss. It's kind of like this version, you know, it has some similar kind of weapon setup. It just adds an extra Gauss Rifle. But yeah, I would definitely pick this up. I'd pick up all the Cyclops actually. They are quite fun mechs. They do have great hardpoint setups. The Z, for instance, the standard Cyclops actually comes with, I think, 6 energy hardpoints and 1 ballistic and a few missile. So, whereas the Q was like 7 missile hardpoints, the other one is all energy. This is kind of middle of the road. This is the kind of the sort of mid-ground selection for you in the Cyclops lineup, but it's not a bad one to choose. So. Yeah, I don't think there's much left of this round. I was actually really lucky with these 2 Cyclops. After that string of horrendous matches I had in the Stalkers, this actually went quite well for me with the Cyclops. So I ain't complaining. Quite enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And I will see you all for the next in the chassis vids, which I believe is the Highlander coming up next. If not, I'll be doing some backtracking. I'll be doing videos of the Blackjack 2 and the Phoenix Hawk 2 and 3S because those came out and I can now buy them for C-bills, and I've been meaning to get them done for the list. So be either of them. One of those selection of mechs will be up next week. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.